Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. My name is Hetty and I'm a life and health coach. I post videos most Sundays. The reason why I say most is because I've not actually uploaded the past 2 weeks, but usually I post every single Sunday, all about health, mindset, lifestyle, fitness and food freedom as well. So I haven't actually posted the last 2 weeks just because I didn't want to post for the sake of posting. Like, I want to put out valuable content, and I wasn't, to be honest, I was in a complete funk with myself, so I haven't been uploading the past 2 weeks, but I'm back. I have got some good content for you guys, and of course, if there's anything that you would like me to film in future videos, then please let me know what kind of videos you want to see. And of course, if you are not already following me on Instagram, I will leave my handle down below on there so you can check that out and follow me on Instagram, as I'm super active on Instagram. So let's get stuck into today's video. So the title of this video is obviously, what does a healthy relationship with food actually mean? Now, obviously, if you aren't new to my channel, you know that I have had numerous eating disorders and also had a very unhealthy relationship with food and a very toxic relationship with food. So I've kind of come full circle, and I would consider myself completely healed from all of those eating disorders and also disordered eating habits. I know it definitely takes some people a long time to get there, but I wanted to make this video on, you know, if you're wondering, like, what even does a healthy relationship with food even actually mean? Have I got a healthy relationship with food? What do I do to get it? And yeah, just kind of talk about that subject really, because I think it's so subjective, and it's something that, you know, a lot of people talk about and have a goal around of having a healthy relationship with food, but sometimes we need to actually understand what actually does a healthy relationship with food even actually. I am also going to apologise if I look tired. It is because I am. And also, I want to also make this disclaimer that I am not a medical health professional. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I don't prescribe diets or meal plans or anything like that for people that are struggling with their relationship with food. If you do have some questions regarding that, then please comment down below, or you can message me on Instagram as well if you want a little bit more help. But yeah, let's get stuck into today's chat. So what does a healthy relationship with food even actually mean? Now, I think it's something that sometimes on social media, particularly Instagram, it's kind of presented in a certain way that, I know for me particularly, when I was struggling with my relationship with food, I had so many, you know, different views on types of food. You know, this food is good, this food is bad, this food's going to make me gain weight, this food is going to make me lose weight. I saw food in terms of numbers rather than of macronutrients, vitamins and minerals. So it was more to do with, how is this food going to affect my weight, as opposed to how is this food going to make me feel, how is it going to make me function day to day, what is it going to do for my long-term health, and all of those kind of things. So I only saw food through a particular lens that was always gravitating towards weight loss and weight gain. Is this going to make me gain weight? Is it going to make me lose weight? That is literally all I cared about. And I think that's probably one of the biggest fundamentals on having a healthy relationship with food, that to me, when you have a healthy relationship with food, you don't just see food as in those terms. You see food for what it is. Not only does it provide us with, you know, the energy to just live day to day and function in our human day-to-day lives, it helps all our body functioning internally, externally. It allows us to do things day to day. It allows us to do the things that we enjoy: exercise, move, speak, think, all of those kind of things. Food contributes to all of those things, because without food we would not have that energy. Our body would eventually shut down. Our hearts would stop beating, because our hearts actually require energy to pump blood around our body. Baffling, I know, but this is why sometimes education and learning about nutrition, and this is something that I'm doing currently with some of my own clients, educating them on nutrition and what actually food actually is. It's not just about numbers, it's so much more than that. So I think, to me, when we have a healthy relationship with food, we see food for all of those things, that it gives us the ability to live our life, to function properly, and to do all the different types of activities that we love to do and we need to do in day-to-day living. But also we see it as, you know, pleasure. We enjoy it. We see food as a way to socialize with people, things to try, new recipes to cook, all of those different kinds of things. Food can mean so much to people. It can associate different memories with different people, associate with family situations or family members, friends, all of those kind of things. So we view that in a really positive and healthy way. Food is almost like a creative expression, almost like it can help us to, I think personally, because I'm quite a creative person, that I think it allows us to be creative and to try new flavors, try new recipes, and see how different foods make us feel. What foods do you enjoy eating? So food is actually fun. It's like something that you can actually enjoy making and preparing, all of those different kinds of meals and recipes. Try new recipes out, try new meals out, try new cultures of different types of foods that you've never tried before. It's not just about food and the effect that it has on our body. It's about experience, in my opinion. And again, this is something that when I had a very small view on food, I lost sight of that. Food to me became very boring. It became just a way to either lose or gain weight. It was a source of punishment instead of pleasure. So I think when you have a healthy relationship with food, you start to see food as more of a pleasurable experience. It's not about punishment. It's not about feeling guilty. It's something in life that you enjoy and that are allowed to enjoy. You give yourself permission to enjoy it and to allow yourself to enjoy it, which honestly, if you are not at that place yet, I can honestly say it's the best place to be with your relationship with food, when you can actually just enjoy food for what it is and, you know, just experience life in a whole new different way. So I also obviously mentioned that before, when I had a very toxic relationship with food, I only viewed food as a way to manipulate my body in some way, whether it be to lose weight or gain weight or whatever, so that's all it came down to. When now, in the place that I am with food means so much more to me than that. Before, I only saw food in terms of numbers and calories, so I did not care about nutritional value at all. I didn't even think about it. Whereas now I see food as so much more like, how is this food going to help me function? How is it going to make me feel? Is this food going to provide me with long-term energy that's going to fuel me throughout the day? Or is it just going to make me crash in a few hours and make me tired and fatigued? Whereas before, I just looked at food. If something was low in calorie, I wouldn't care. I would just eat it. I would drink empty calories to save on calories. I would, you know, if I could, I would choose a chocolate bar over a piece of fruit, because if they were both the same amount of calories, then I may as well have the chocolate bar. Whereas now I think, actually, what is this piece of fruit providing my body with? There's fiber in there. There's different nutrients and minerals. Our bodies are so complex that all the food that we take in, it affects our body in so many different ways. The cells in our body require energy. They require nutrients and minerals, and the foods that we eat delivers that to us. So if we're feeding our body on low calorie foods but also highly processed foods, our bodies are essentially getting no nutrients whatsoever. So really, our bodies are still starving and crying out for actual food. It's crying out to be fed, essentially. So really, food to me has completely changed my perception on food. It's not just about taste, pleasure, or just calories anymore. It's about, how is this food going to make me feel? Is this food healthy? Is it going to, you know, keep my blood pressure down when I'm older? Is it going to increase my blood pressure? Is it going to increase my cholesterol? Is it going to give me good energy? Is it going to keep me full? Is it going to keep me satisfied? Like, there's so many different complexities when it comes to food. So many different foods can affect our body in so many different ways, and not even just our bodies but our teeth as well. Like, what kinds of foods are affecting your teeth? Whereas when I had a toxic relationship with food, I didn't care. I just cared about the calories. I think one of the biggest things that I'm trying to sort of get to here is that when you have a healthy relationship with food, you don't just see food as one thing. It's not just about numbers, it's not just about calories, it's not just about weight loss or weight gain. There's so much more to food and the effects that it has on our body and our system and our life in general. So when you have a healthy relationship with food, you take it from a small perspective and open up to make bigger picture and a bigger perspective. So if you are currently struggling with your relationship with food, I would suggest, and this may not help everybody, but to me it did. I'm a very scientific nerd kind of person, that I love to read up on certain things like this, and I like to understand the science of things. That for me to understand nutrition and the body itself and how many calories we actually need, and all of the different vitamins and minerals that we actually need, what food actually gives to us, the dangers of eating too little, really blew my mind when I started to educate myself properly on this. So I would definitely encourage anyone who is struggling to start educating yourself properly on food, on nutrition, not just as a way to lose weight or look a certain way, but actually, how is this going to affect your life? How is this going to affect how you feel? It's taking it from, a very small-minded approach to a very holistic approach. So how's it going to affect your mind, your body, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? How is it going to function in your body? How is your health going to progress or regress as a way of what the foods that you're actually eating? And like I said before, you start to view food as a way of pleasure and enjoying food and allowing yourself to enjoy food. Whereas when I had a toxic relationship with food, like I said, I would only see it as a way to lose weight. So I had a very negative relationship with food. In fact, I was quite scared of food. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to eat in front of people, because sometimes I felt that if I ate in front of people, it would mean that I was fat and I'd gain weight and all of these different kinds of things. So I really struggled with that, because for so long I'd only ever seen food as a way to lose weight, like food being the cause of gaining weight and also losing weight, when actually it's not. There's so much more, as I've already mentioned. So when you get to this place of allowing yourself to enjoy food and enjoy the pleasure that food gives us, I think it requires getting to a place of understanding and being compassionate with yourself, and actually being realistic with yourself. Like, being honest that, is food going to make me gain weight? Is food a bad thing? And questioning that, really digging deep. Where's this belief that food is bad come from? Is it from the media? Is it from a family member? For me, it was years and years of diets and my mum jumping on diets all the time, that I'd only seen food in one particular light. So I would encourage you to maybe see the people around you, any people that have a very healthy relationship with food, hang around with those kind of people, spend time with those kind of people. There's nothing more refreshing than spending time with people that just enjoy food, and they literally just eat it to enjoy it. They don't worry about any of the other things. They don't even think about calories or anything like that. That personally really helped me. And when I was traveling, that was one of the biggest things that helped me, because I was meeting a lot of different people, trying a lot of different foods, and so many different people have different views on food. Some people don't even contemplate the idea of weight loss or weight gain or calories when they eat. They're simply like, okay, what is this going to make this dish even more tasty? How can I make this dish even nicer? Like, what seasonings can I put in there? All of those different kinds of things. It's simply just about the pleasure aspect. And I think if you've come from a background of having a very destructive relationship with food, very toxic relationship with food, when you hang around with those kind of people, that sort of starts to rub off on you. Not that you're gonna then become some chef, but you start to see, oh, actually, you challenge those beliefs that you've once had for so long, that food is actually so much more. I am allowed to enjoy these food. If these people can enjoy food, why can't I? And again, ask yourself those kind of questions. Why can't you enjoy food? What makes you special that you're not allowed to enjoy food? What makes it unrealistic for you to enjoy from food? And if it's the reasons that, oh, well, I'm fat or I'm going to gain weight, then question that again. Who says? And if you do gain weight, you know, what are the reasons that you will possibly gain weight? And also, if you do gain weight, why is that such a bad thing? Like, weight gain doesn't, and that's another topic for another video, but really start to question that, because honestly, weight gain is so, like, I think people are so scared of it. And I have got a few videos on weight gain, my own experience with weight gain, but when people are so scared of gaining any kind of weight, it literally puts them in such a small box, and such a small, boring box that allows you no freedom whatsoever to live your life, to enjoy life to the full, and to experience life to the full as well. So I would just say that, and also, weight gain isn't that easy. If you have one slice of pizza, one pizza one day, you are not going to gain 5 pounds, 10 pounds. You might fluctuate on the scale a little bit due to salt and carbohydrate consumption, but that is not fat gain. Really educate yourself on weight as a whole. Weight gain, in order for us to gain weight, we need to eat large amounts of food. We need to be consuming more calories than we burn. So just allowing yourself a piece of cake every now and then, or, you know, a dessert that you really like, is not going to make you gain weight. Allow yourself that pleasure. Ask yourself, why can't I enjoy this? Why can other people enjoy this but not me? And really try and get to the root of that belief. Who's told you that? Is that even true? Like, question it and challenge it. That's literally all I did, because for so long I never allowed myself that pleasure from food, because I had this belief that I was different to all my friends, that I would gain weight and I was naturally fat compared to those people, or compared to my friends who ate what they wanted. And actually I realised that that was bullshit. Yes, we all have different body shapes, but I'm not going to blow up just because I allow myself a piece of cake every once in a while. It's allowing yourself what you want and allowing yourself that pleasure. And then it actually takes the novelty off of those foods. When we restrict, and I've talked about this so much, but when we restrict something so much, we think about it even more. We want it even more. So that urge to overconsume those kind of foods only increases. So actually, by allowing yourself to eat the foods that you enjoy, may actually reduce the chances of you overeating in the long run. So have a think about that. And in summary, like I said, I think it's having a very balanced approach to food, that understanding that yes, food can affect our weight, our health, so keeping those things in mind, but in a less restrictive way. So taking health into consideration, taking our weight into consideration, taking how we feel into consideration, and taking pleasure into consideration as well. So it being a really holistic approach to everything. And as it comes down to, everything always comes down to balance. Having a little bit of each is balance. So not too much of one thing, not too much of another. So if you were too focused on health, that it was impacting your pleasure, then maybe that wouldn't feel so good for you. However, maybe too much of the pleasure aspect and not enough of the health aspect wouldn't feel so good for you either. So I think it's about, and again, there's no right or wrong way. I think you really just have to kind of experiment and try yourself what works best for you. But for me, it took a little bit of trial and error. It took a lot of practice with intuitive eating, tracking my calories, and all of those kind of things that has led me to this space of where I am today, where I can choose foods based on how I want to feel, pleasure, all of those different kind of elements, and really make a decision and it not impact my guilt, not impact, you know, any kind of moral feeling towards myself. It's just food, and I know myself enough to know that food will not make me a bad person or any of those kind of things. So I think it's really it takes a lot of self-awareness and a lot of personal development work on yourself and getting to know you and, you know, the beliefs that you have about yourself. And this is a lot of the work that I do with my own clients, kind of getting to the root of where these fears come from, where this guilt comes from, how they want to feel, because health is so subjective. Like I said, one person could thrive on eating more healthy foods and less of the pleasure aspect, whereas another person might need a little bit more of the pleasure aspect and health, and that makes them feel healthier and their best self. So it's so subjective, and it's really down to you at the end of the day to decide on what feels best for you and what supports your lifestyle and how you want to live your life, essentially. So guys, I'm going to leave that there. If you want me to do maybe a part 2 to this on maybe how to heal your relationship with food, then please let me know. Comment down below any questions you have or any future suggestions of videos you would like me to film. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more. And of course, I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.